Okay, let's get into my take on this catalog. They call it a release. I'm just going to call it a catalog. It's a September catalog from Lionel. And first up, we have the 080s, which are being offered in Legacy. As you can see here, Swinging Bell, Whistle Steam. This one looks pretty cool. Let's all back the attack war bonds. So Rutland, Aliquippa, and Southern, these are $9.99. They run on 031 curves. Here's all the features. I'm not into these, so I don't know if these are a good price. Prices went up, and I believe the tariffs are included in the prices. They were in the last catalog, and they're marked at 30% up. But that's from the cost of the manufacturer, not the not. It's not like they came up on a full retail price in the catalog and said let's add 30% to it. But I believe the tariffs are under 30, but if they are 30, if they do go up a little bit, it won't affect the pricing. Okay, next we have ET44s. This was new tooling before. I don't believe they delivered the first ones they made. And as you can see here, we have Area 51. People wanted a legacy version or a good version of the engine. Let's just say Roswell Division down here. Um, and as you can see here, they have X51, X52. They're both 900. Of course, this is just catalog price. You shop around, you'll get discounts. One of the cheapest is Charles Rowe. I heard Legacy Station for certain items, if you spend over a certain amount, might be 32%. That's what I heard. I don't know. You could check that out. I think it was them. If I'm wrong, correct me, but nonetheless, you can get things cheaper. This is the only thing I don't understand. Non-powered $6.99. And I thought non-powered just meant no motor and gears, but apparently it means it doesn't have anything. It's basically just a shell. But it costs almost the same to make these engines as it does a dummy engine or non-powered as it does the powered engine. The only difference in the price here is the $200 is the cost of the electronics, the motors, and the gears. So that's basically $200. That's my understanding. Again, correct me if I'm wrong, but they did make these with a lot of detail that people were asking for, and they have a lot of detail uh, that other companies don't have on their versions. Let's see, what are these? 054 curves, kinematic pilots. That's why they're 054. Now we have the E8s, and this is in B&O. These look nice. The aluminum passengers. It was pointed out on another video, and I didn't look into it, but somebody says that the cost of aluminum has gone up, cost of raw materials, and these are actual aluminum instead of plastic, so the price is going up a little bit. 054 curves, 19 inches long. They do have figures. Lionel doesn't like putting figures in 21-inch cars, and I don't like those cars at all. I don't want any passenger cars bigger than 18. People have trouble with them. I just think they're too big. Granted, it's only 3 inches, but it does make a difference. And what else is here? Flicker-free lighting. What they usually have: opening doors, kinematic couplers, die-cast trucks. Again, does have figures in it. And then the Station Sounds Diner, which has gone up $50. Usual with all the different sounds in it. The clickety clack. I'm sure the on the end here, the sign or the drum head lights up. And the engine itself, 054 curves. Mars Light roof or ditch lights where appropriate by road name. Front couplers and dummy rear couplers. Optional fixed front pilot. I like that because you could run it on smaller curves if it doesn't have the fixed pilot. Next one, Old Dominion. Again, all aluminum. Same features as the previous page. Different road name. And here we have one that I think is going to be a hit and a big seller. And this engine points out the problem that people have with colors. Everybody doesn't see colors the same, and I don't know why people don't get this. Everybody thinks they see it the same. They don't. I've seen enough reviews where quite a few people have actually said, "Are these red?" Like they're not sure. These are clearly orange. I mean, this couldn't look any more orange. Now, there looks like there's a green tint in this cream colored paint when you look at this. I mean, looks like, of course, this is just a computer graphic, but who knows? Maybe, I mean, it kind of looks like the AEC glow in the dark stuff. Really does. It kind of looks that way, but you could get it with this green hue in it or a little tinge of green when you're getting them. So think about that. I would ask them if that's going to be in there, if it's just cream color. But this is clearly orange. I mean, it's called the Orange Blossom. Why would it be called Orange Blossom if it's red? Again, this is very orange. If you're seeing this as red, you see colors very differently than most people. And if you're having trouble with some colors on paint and you say, oh no, it looks like this, maybe your eyes just see things differently. But this is an orange and this is sharp. Something about orange cream. Orange isn't one of my favorite colors, but if it's done right, it looks great. Now we have, this is a little bit different. There's a B unit and there's an E unit up front and an F unit in the back, as you can see here, E8s, F7s. This is how they actually ran. And then you have the opposite here on the Burlington Northern, called the Executive Train. It's Burlington Northern. Again, here's the price, $1,300. Let's see, that's a super base, the B unit. And of course, there's the prices there. Prices are kind of the same of what they were in previous catalogs, going up only slightly. Although have they offered these aluminum ones? Yeah, they did in the previous catalog. They looked differently. Okay, now we have three more E8s, AA units. These run on 036 curves with the optional fixed pilots. What's it say here? Both units powered, legacy and Bluetooth in both, fan driven in both units, legacy and lead locomotive, or I should say legacy rail sounds. Track IR and lead locomotive, front electric couplers and dummy rear couplers on both, crew figures and lead, Mars roof or ditch lights were appropriate by road name, optional fixed pilot. Each engine is 17 inches each, minimum curve 036. The Pensy ones, I have no E units, so Pensy ones I am getting. I looked on Charles Road, they're $1,079 pre-order price for the set. And SD80 Max, 036 working ditch lights. One question I had for Lionel, they didn't answer any questions in their live stream. I'd love them to add, and somebody tell me in the comments if this is possible and I'm missing it. Is it possible to work the ditch lights without pushing the horn? I'd love to be able to turn on the ditch lights without the horn every time and have them stay on. I think they look cool. I enjoy watching them. But anyway, okay, these are two road numbers. There's no dummy units here. A lot of people are liking that. The Conrail one. Let's get in here. Even has the AC Conrail quality. This CSX one's, I like CSX. That's the newest paint scheme right here. It's a big giant CSX logo. But I don't, sort of into CSX. I have two engines and that's fine. I'm not interested in expanding, but I do like, because I mostly do Pennsylvania. But having these demonstrator units, if I like the paint scheme, and I like this, so I think I might pre-order this. Just one of them I'll get. I have no demonstrators. There's like 5 of them that I like that have paint schemes. I was hoping they would do the, well, who knows, maybe the next release in October. There will be a release in October. Ryan Kunkel said that uh, after this, a month after this one. It'll probably do it a week before York. That's supposed to be Steam. There might be one diesel in it. Maybe it'll be the SD70 Aces. They usually do them in this volume two. It is Caterpillar's 100th anniversary this year, and they do own Progress Rail, and there is a really nice looking demonstrator model, the Progress Rail. And they did offer in Legacy like 2016 or 2017, and I can't find the engine anywhere. I guess if I had a white whale, that would be it. But I wish they'd reoffer it. If not, they might do this SD70 Aces in the next volume one, which will be a print catalog. Okay, these are all aluminum body cars. There's nothing else in them. No, kind of looks like there's pickup rollers down here, but there's no lights or anything in them. Golden Spike Centennial. Let's see what's this say right here. Okay. I mean, these look cool if you want to put out. If not thinking of getting anything else except this with this stripe. Looks like John Wayne Gacy's home. I'm not kidding you. It does. Looks like the inside of John Wayne Gacy's home. Look it up. I have one flat car with these on it, so I'm going to get two of these, the Reading and the Indiana Harbor Belt. Now these here, $250. I still think they're $50 more than they should be, maybe even a little more. These are actually two different uh, pieces of rolling stock. It's a flat car, and flat cars, I mean, how much? It's got real wood on it and everything, but the car on top, the box car, that's an actual car. It does have the bottom on it and everything. The only thing is there's no trucks. You could add trucks to it and you have another car. But you think they'd give you some wheels or something to put on the flat car on both ends? But they're not giving you that. You have to get your own. So I would think maybe 150 since you're not getting the trucks for both of these. And they're charging 250. But even still, maybe to make a little money, but that 249. And granted, there's discounts, but that's a lot. That's the one thing I think is a lot in here. And the non-powered units, at that price, I'd rather just buy a powered unit. Uh, these, they might have trouble selling these in the future, simply because people 3D print stuff. So I think I might pre-order these unless I can find 3D printed something online. I know there's a guy that I saw at a show in Allentown. 3D prints a lot of stuff. I bought stuff off him. If I could find these load somewhere for like 10, $15, and I have plenty of flat cars, I'll just buy them. I don't have a printer. That's going to hurt the sale of them in the future. Okay, these are line scale freight. Run on 031 curves. Um, they're all, there's two 3-packs, and then there's a single one. Somebody had mentioned there's three 3-packs, or not, there's two. So you can get 7 of these in each road name. And they don't come with, do they come with coal loads? No, they don't. Oh, you could convert them to 2-rail. Let's see what else they have. Lackawanna, Missouri Pacific, Pittsburgh, and Lake Erie. So they have some western Pennsylvania and the Bessemer over here, central of Georgia. Then we have the line scale freight. These are reefers, wooden side reefers. They're small, only 10.5 inches, 031. Compared to the Atlas and the other ones, I know RMT's coming out ones, but these are different than usual. Maybe not the Atlas ones or MTH, whichever. The only thing is these are mostly, a lot of this is molded on detail. And I'm going to say this. For me, the way I handle things, I don't like having to cradle my stuff like holding a newborn baby. I'm always breaking some little thing off and having to glue it on. For me, it's probably better to buy this stuff where it's painted, like the hinges are painted, because I don't break it off. But I don't know what the price. I'm not really looking to buy any of these anyway, but I don't know what the price is with the. I haven't looked on any website what the discount is. But if you're like me and you need something a little more robust that's not going to have pieces breaking off, These are good. The doors don't open, the hatches don't open. They do look good, but they're, again, not as many separately applied details. And there's two of them. You get two of them. Uh, they're new, so they're going to cost a little more. But look into RMT also. RMT fixed their trucks. But these are still nice. America's Psychic. What's that say? French Lick Springs Hotel Company. French Lick, Indiana. I wonder Mr. Muffin will probably have that, but she doesn't have it. They are nice, though. Okay, these are oh 06 Line Chief 2.0 and run on 027 curves. As you can see, it has electro couplers, rail sound. Okay, let's start here. Operate, you know, you can operate like everything, conventional, Bluetooth, all that. It has speed control. Line Chief 2.0 does have that. Steam engine and background sounds, whistle, bell, crew talk, Lionel voice command, fan driven smoke, electro couplers, maintenance free motor, die cast boiler and frame, operating headlight, directional backup light, cab figure. Now, these are nice. They're a good price. These are scale. And Dave Olson said that in order to get the Lion Chief electronics in here, which is basically like legacy, I think they're legacy boards. Again, correct me if I'm wrong. I think they are, but they just don't program them as many features like sounds and all that. But he said that this is a redesigned smoke unit to fit in here with all the electronics. And then the couplers have separate electronics elsewhere on here. Put in somehow they managed to wedge everything in here. But they had to redo the smoke unit. That was a big thing. And the couplers kind of operating everything outside of the shell. If you look underneath of them, this one's pretty cool looking. What the heck? There we go. Southern Pacific Lines, Central Georgia, and U.S. Navy. Anyway, these are. I got to get this Pensy one. I do buy the smaller. Full dome. They had this tooling a few catalogs ago with the Santa Fe, and I guess they made the tooling for this because it said new tooling. And they don't have Lionel lines or Halloween, but I do have the Pensy one. I'm thinking of buying this Christmas set, and this space, like the top of these Christmas ones are white and the green here. But I was thinking of if I did, I could paint this center part here red on all of the cars, and maybe the trucks red. And you could put people in these. This is actually this set. I don't know about the full dome, but I know that there was a set of passenger cars that it came with. If you look back, that was actually MTH tooling. And I don't know if they had this tooling made or it came with MTH. Because when I bought the MTH set, there was no full dome. Oh, 027 curves. They're 13 inches long. They don't look, to me, they don't look stubby. Some people they would. And it does, Dave Olson said, flicker free lighting. But I have them. They don't flicker. But when you turn them off, the lights go off pretty quickly, like 7 seconds. So I don't think it has a big capacitor in it like the regular rail cars. And Ryan Kunkel says that they listen to people who ask for this, so this is why they did it. Where you can put Bluetooth in here. I really like this box car. I run Lionel line stuff. I like this box car, but I don't want the Bluetooth. I'm not sure what I would do with it. I don't want to play music. I like hearing the sounds of the trains. I mean, you could put sounds in it, but I have sound box cars. I don't know. I want to see what other people do with it. I'm not going to pre-order. And here's another one. Wacky graffiti on it. It's $189 because there's graffiti. Some people online, yeah, you could do this yourself and that. It's cheaper. But you got to have the time to do it, or the knowledge, or the desire. This is probably one of the coolest things. A lot of people like it. I think the the paint on this, there's something about this just looks so cool. Maybe it's the shading of it in the picture, but it's got a nice, looks really nice. This guitar, the way it lights up, and this has Bluetooth in it too. So you could just play, like if somebody suggests, if you have a kid who's taking music lessons, you could record them and then just have this in here because it says music lessons. Or you could play regular music or whatever. But this is just real. I'm not into this stuff, but this is a really cool looking thing. This will probably sell. Like I'm not a big music guy. I don't play instruments or nothing. And then there's a regular store here. I used to collect baseball cards years ago. You think trains are expensive? You ought to see some of these other hobbies, comic books. Look at people who go to these shows on their YouTube channels. And people who fix up cars, putting 100,000 into a freaking car. I don't know, man. It's like, what am I going to do with that? Am I going to go cruise, racing for pink slips and cruising for chicks at the malt shop? I mean, I like a car, and you can't even. Where am I going to drive the car at top speed? That's what I want to do with it. Anyway, probably just angered a bunch of people. It's really sexy girl on here. This is Wings of Angels. It's a Christmas car, and I think this says does it have Bluetooth in it? I thought one of these said Bluetooth. No, regular 6460. No to America 250 stuff in here, by the way. It's Boston and Maine. This is for the railroad. I was hoping there'd be America 250. I just want a 6464 box car. Nothing fancy. Maybe the next catalog. And that's it. And, well, that's all for this catalog. Don't really have much more information to share other than what I did. And thanks for watching the video. And please like, share, comment, and subscribe. And thank you.